once again, another edition of Inside the Headset. It's Wednesday. I'm on the campus of Oakland High School, and I've got with me the head coach of the Oakland Patriots, head coach Kevin Creasy. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing good, Storm.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I spoke with you, and you've played 2 games since then. One of them I was at last Friday night. Let's turn the page back. You played Blackman 2 weeks ago and came away with a win. Talk a little bit about that region game and the Blackman Blaze.
Yeah, Blackman, a real good team, came in with a record that didn't reflect how good of a team they were. And, I think last week's win for Blackman kind of shows you, what kind of team they are. So we were real happy with the way we played against Blackman. Had one big mess up on 4th and goal from the 25 on defense, but our defense has played great the last 2 weeks.
Who played good that game, Coach, when you think about that defensive side of the ball? Can you give a couple of shout-outs?
Yeah, our middle linebacker, Caleb, and his brother, Steve Ellison, they both played really good, and I thought they did a really good job of making some tackles in space. I think a lot of people forget how tough that is with good skilled guys to tackle them in space. And Blackman has a really good defense, but they have really good skilled guys on offense as well. I thought they did a good job of moving the ball up and down the field on us, but inside our red zone, I thought our defense did a really good job, except for one time.
When you talk about Patrick Freeman and the quarterback that has taken over since the Center Grove game and everything, and his progression as far as stepping into that one slot, how do you feel like that's gone for him? And what is some advice you can give to other kids that all of a sudden they're put in that position and they don't think maybe I'm not going to get much playing time. We've got a 1, I'm a 2, and then all of a sudden the 2 becomes a 1 and it gets real serious.
Yeah, he's done a heck of a job, especially for a sophomore. It's one of the best things that could happen to him. Just get thrown into the deep part of the pool and see if he can swim, and he's done a good job. And I think he probably, in the back of his head, might have thought he was just going to get some mop-up duty, but now he's won some big region games for us, and played really well against Rockville, really good against Rockville, completed almost all of his passes, 7 for 7 on 3rd downs, until we subbed out. So I thought it was a real good night for him, and he and the receivers on the same page. This week we're trying to get Kyler back on the field, so may have a 2 quarterback system before it's all said and done Thursday night, and so we're just trying to see both of them play a little bit, and hopefully competition will bring out the best in both of them.
Well, and that is good. You can slowly but surely test Kyler out to see how his shoulders feel and how he feels comfortable. There could be a little bit of a stage fright there when you're coming off of an injury. You're not as aggressive as you're not going to run in and try to re-injure yourself, so to speak, or take off running on a quarterback bootleg. But it is good you can do that. When you start talking about moving to the Rockville game, what are some of the things that you saw that you liked out of that game, out of your offense and defense, besides Patrick Freeman?
Yeah, well, first off, you got to give a shout out to the offensive line. They did a great job of protecting Patrick. I don't think he was really ever sacked. I know that he was flushed out of the pocket once. He got hit on the last second right there when he threw a screen.
Yeah.
But he held it as long as he could, which is what we kind of teach him. So, the O-line did a great job. And like I said, you got DeJuan Morris, who's really showcasing his talent. He had almost 200 yards rushing. He had almost 100 yards receiving. So he got it done. Ashton Jones had over 100 yards rushing again. So again, that's compliments to them, but also the offensive line. Big score right before half, I think, changed the whole ball game. It's probably going to be 14-7, 14-0. They had the ball with under 90 seconds left, I think, and then our guys go down and score and make it a 3-score ball game, which is a pretty tough recovery, just to have 2 quarters and be down 21 points.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I mentioned to Coach Guthrie. Once you get to 21, you got to get to 28 to go ahead, and you got to keep you from scoring. So the math, and then how many times you possibly, like you said, get the football, and and you go down and score against any opponent. You got to start thinking, because if you pull out what you pulled at Center Grove one time and do about a 6-7 minute drive and just slowly but surely milking that clock down and taking your time, let your offense execute. You can speed it up and slow it down if your troops are ready, and that can be hard on the team.
Yeah, and for us, we were getting the ball in the third quarter.
Yeah.
They were kicking off to us, so. To start the second half, we were looking for, some kind of onside kick or sky kick or something. And then once we recovered the kick, we had the offense on the field. And, again, was trying to get in the end zone, eat the clock at the same time.
Well, and a kooky interception there, that one play, that was kind of wild when the ball moved around, you ended up with it.
Yeah.
That was kind of a crazy play. Coach, how important is it right now? Like you said, you got Siegel on Thursday, but take this break, use it in the right way. You're probably going to give the guys a couple of days off, and then it'll be back to routine because you do have an opponent the next following Friday night. You'll be off on one Friday night. But how important is it for you to get what you need to get done during the break?
Yeah, I think the break's coming at a perfect time. 8 years in a row we've played on fall break, so we finally, have it where we don't have to play on fall break. Of course, we had to play an Indiana team to make it work, but at the same time, I think it's coming at a perfect time because we've got a lot of bumps and bruises, a lot of guys hurt, several guys injured. So yeah, it's a perfect time for us. Like I said, we're going to get them away from football for a while.
Good.
Get them rested up and let them, sleep in a little bit and, eat what they want, stuff like that. But, like I said, Thursday game kind of gets you out of the routine a little bit too. But everybody's, kind of asked to play a Thursday night game, with the referee shortage and stuff. And then, of course, fall break coming up. I think some people probably already plan on leaving town. I will be at work on Friday morning, so I'll be here. Hopefully all our players come in and watch film like they're supposed to. But what we're looking at is, it's a region game. It's with a region rival, just down the road. And we saw how tough Rockville played us, coming off a rough loss. Siegel's coming off a rough loss. So, I think Coach Guthrie had Rockville ready to play, coming off that Riverdale loss, and then I'd expect the same out of Siegel, see their best shot.
When you flip on the video and you look at Siegel and you traded 2 games, you got to look at them and probably acquired a couple more here and there. But when you look at them on the screen, what's their sweet spot? What do they like to do on a Friday night during their 48 minutes? What makes them go?
Yeah, I think it starts with quarterback Santel. He's been the starter for now 3 years. The offense kind of revolves around him. They ask him to do a lot of things. And so, he's a dual threat guy and putting up wild numbers, looking at his numbers. I can see him being, region MVP or maybe up for Mr. Football or something like that. So he's got some great numbers and, got some good people to throw the ball to, and doing a great job of running, different kinds of options, So he's got different ways he can run the option, power read one way, zone read the other, RPOs thrown into the run game. So he's comfortable in the offense. He's been running it for years, and they do a great job with him.
Anything else? You're good, you said, on injuries right now, but it will give you a good time. You didn't have any. I didn't see either team have any injuries last Friday night, so I don't think you didn't come away with anybody hurt. Did you?
We did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
What
You gotta buy a ticket to find out who it is.
Oh, okay. Hey.
They sell them all day long, and you can get them online, according to Greg White. You can go online, purchase your ticket now, and just see who's on the IR for us.
Well, besides that, anything you'd like to say to the faculty, staff, and administration here at Oakland High School as you get ready for this big rivalry game?
Yeah, hopefully everybody come out Thursday night, have a big crowd there. We've had big crowds everywhere we've gone. I don't expect anything less. Fall break shouldn't affect that, and then, let your celebration or vacation or whatever start, Friday, Saturday, whatever. But there's a big ball game Thursday, and we all need to be there.
All righty, tomorrow night, Seagull Stars and Oakland Patriots, y'all be there.